So today I am back at my favorite century-old tenant farmer house, and this is going to be a real adventure into history. If you saw any previous videos I've done on this house, you'll know that I'm actually trying to save this old tenant farmer house. Many times people get really excited about saving the fine old farmhouses or the old plantation houses and that sort of thing, and nobody really takes an effort to save these old tenant farmer houses, and they often go overlooked and allowed to fall into the ground, as this one almost did. But we are trying to save it and to keep it standing and preserve it. So it's going to be a real hands-on adventure into history today, because the number one thing that you need to do to keep an old structure standing is you need a good roof. And this, well, it ain't got a good roof. If you saw my previous video on it, I actually had to shelter in this house when a huge rainstorm came, and well, it was raining in part of the house. So today I'm going to try to fix that, but it's also supposed to rain here in Georgia today, so we need to work quick before the rain gets here. Or maybe it's not going to show up. You never can tell. It's Georgia. This place really needs probably a new roof, or at least the roof coated in some kind of sealant, but we got to work with what we've got right now. Okay, so problem number one is I'm all the way at the top of the ladder, and not quite high enough. I need to flip it over. Maybe I can try it from the shorter end of the house. Back down the ladder, and we got to move. This house is taller than it looks till you get on a ladder going up the side of it. And for those who don't know, heights and me don't really get along that great. All right, me and ladders, not the best friends either. And it goes along with the whole height thing. And maybe I can flip this piece of tin over right here. Well, I mean, it's over, and I can attach it down at the base, and then I'm going to go back to the other side and see if I can't get it secured at the top, at least get a couple screws in it over on that side to just hold it down. So I made sure I've only carried 2 screws up here with me, so when I drop the first one, I'll then drop the second one and then have to climb back down to get more. But unfortunately, aside from the fact that the wall isn't walling very well, I'm not sure that I'll be able to even I need a longer ladder, so we're going to have to abort on this for the moment, unfortunately. Thought this ladder would be long enough, but it's not. Of course, for every problem, there's often a solution if you figure it out. In this case, I'll just park my truck up against the house and put the ladder in the bed of it. And maybe I can get high enough now. By the way, I don't think that the wall of the house is really coming off, but these outer boards certainly need to be tightened back up. I just don't want to fall through them. I don't want to wind up inside the house when I'm supposed to be outside of it. This roof cap. Aligned. So basically now we can be assured that we keep at least 25%, less rain from going into the house. Let's not get too ambitious with those numbers. Also, the roof cap is secured now, but one thing we do have is a lot of rot right there from where this roof was uncovered for so long. So that's actually going to have to be addressed as well, just so that tin doesn't actually rip back off and take some of the boards up there with it. But that's something we're going to have to do another day. But maybe we'll actually go kind of assess the situation by crawling up into the attic if I can get up there and having a look around. I've actually been wanting to explore the attic of this house anyway, just for the sake of adventure. Please don't be a den of snakes up on top of this chimney. So the part where I said I was going to go up there for the sense of adventure, I'm starting to lose my sense of adventure. Well, let's go. Let's try it at least. No snakes. Okay. Okay. Robert's big attic adventure. Here we go. Boy. Whew. I don't love this anymore now that I'm up here. Okay. What isn't gonna break? Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Oh, it smells awful. Because buzzards have been living up here, nesting up here. There's a whole bunch of buzzard nastiness up in this attic. This old tenant house. Well, this is probably about the best view yet on Adventures into History of an old tenant house. The most in-depth look. Okay, so that's some not good rot right there. But that ain't nothing that's gonna make it fall apart. Not right now, at least. Man, it smells awful up here. So I want to make sure we don't trap any buzzards up here. We wouldn't want to do that. Rats have been living up here too. There's a big old pile of rat droppings there. Almost as big as the pile of rat droppings that's on the floor under the attic here. Here's where electricity was added to this house, which is pretty wild that that happened. This piece of wood was reused from something else. It's got a notch in it right there. Overall, I mean, this part up here looks pretty good. Stability-wise, no treasure up here, which is sad. That fieldstone chimney. But what I really want to do is get over to that other side where we patched that tin at and look. Look at that wall, that questionable wall that we talked about. The one that's just kind of shaking there. Oh man, don't fall apart on me now. Something else. Okay, that does not meet code right there. Oof, that's a lot of weight over there. Man. I just need to get across. Okay. Okay, the camera fell. I thought I was done for when the camera fell. It's hot in here. Okay, so that is going to be a little sketchy right there. That's where the water's been coming in here. So those boards are going to be weaker, and we don't want to put any weight on them for sure. Good night. Come on now. Y'all don't worry about me. All right, well, I need to sister that board right there, the one that's running down. I need to sister it. I need to be able to tie it into something good. Hopefully I can just tie everything back together to keep that side right there from being loose. I can't go all the way over there now, but I see why and where it's loose at. And it's just that top section right there, but we also need to address the wall right here. But I think just sister that board there, tie it back in to everything else. That should be okay. Okay. I'd like to get down now. I'd like to get down now, guys. In peace. I'd like to get down in peace. Look, I'm backing away very slowly. No need for any aggression. Okay. Yeah, the rest of the roof, actually, I mean, I know there's more leaks in different places in this house, but the rest of the roof actually looks pretty good, considering I don't see a lot of daylight coming in from the roof. Biggest place is around the chimney. And then we've got some issues on the other end of the house, opposite of that one, where there's some daylight coming in, but I can address those from the outside, and we can sister up that wall and get it patched together. So I think that I think I'm done up here. Nothing at all cool up here, which is kind of disappointing though. I can't say that I really expected it, because obviously they didn't really use this attic for storage, but you know, just one thing left up here would be kind of neat. But no such luck today. Yeah, see, someone who isn't me needs to get up there and seal this chimney back to the tin. But looking at the roof from down here, it's in way better shape than I thought it would be, which is it's going to be a win for our preservation of this place. I would have filmed myself getting down from up there, but it wasn't a pretty sight. Well, it's slightly dirty. So I hope to make this at least like a weekly or monthly series on the preservation of this old tenant house. And you know, the idea is, can we save it? Something that nobody else really thinks about saving. And of course the answer is yes. It's not too far gone, and it just needs a bunch of stabilization. And one of my personal goals too is to be able to spend the night in this house, preferably during a nice rainstorm. But I can't do that until all of this rat crap that's on the other side of the house is out. So my next goal is going to be cleaning that room out and trying to rid this room, or this house, of as much rat crap as we can to make it, you know, a little bit better to be in. And then we need to stabilize the foundation over there. So hopefully a weekly, monthly series, and spending a night in it as soon as we can. We made progress on saving on it today though. All right, see you next time.